Englewood woman has pleaded guilty in connection to the Christmas Eve death of a 6-year-old boy. Ashley Cole is guilty of being a principal to aggravated manslaughter of a child. She an update on the temporary library location coming to Venice. Crews are working on renovating a vacant building in that city. A contractor has started working on renovations. 3 new members for the Florida Civil Rights Hall of Fame. Governor Rick Scott inducting deceased civil rights leaders Earl Johnson and Rutledge Pearson today as part of the 2016 class. Johnson represented many civil rights activists, including Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Pearson was the former head of the Florida State Conference of the NAACP. Florida's first black Secretary of State, Jesse McCrary Jr., was also inducted as well. He organized sit-ins against racial discrimination.
Yeah, fascinating production, actually. Josphine is a new musical that just opened at the Asolo, which tells the story of an amazing person, Josphine Baker, whom I thought I knew, but I really didn't. Joining us is one of the leads in the show, Kevin Early. Thanks for coming in today,
hey,
Kevin.
Thank you so much for having me.
I know you've got a 1 o'clock matinee, so
I do.
I appreciate your time. I
Thank
surely
you.
do.
Well, you're not alone. I mean, a lot of people don't know about Josphine Baker, and it's kind of sad because she was really a pioneer in African American rights.
She really was.
And she should be, you know.
She was kind of a James Earl Jones sort of figure in the fact of her stature in the world stage.
Yeah, and the fact that we're doing a musical about her is just a testament to that.
It really is. Do you feel kind of a when you do something like this, a historical character who had such an impact on the world stage? Do you feel kind of responsibility to that character?
Sure. I think everybody on the stage, everybody here does. It's a huge responsibility, and the writers have really kind of tried to tighten her story. She has such an amazing story, but they've really tried to tighten it down to 2.5 hours, and I think they've done a wonderful job.
They did a great job. I saw the show; it's fantastic. A lot of show-stopping numbers as well in the show. When you approach a musical, and I know you have a very good musical background, do you approach a musical in a different way than you would a straight play, or is it all theater?
I think it's all theater. Yeah. I think you really want to focus on what the story is about. And go from there. And anything that's extraneous should be left to the wayside. And working on a new musical like this, that's exactly what we're doing. We'll actually go into rehearsals on Thursday and make some more changes. I think they really want to make this a fantastic Broadway-bound musical. And,
well, there is buzz about that. There is buzz about it trying to go on to Broadway, and I know it is an evolving piece of work because of that. Is that an even more exciting kind of opportunity to be involved in an evolution of a show?
It really is, because you get a personal stake in telling the story. You know, you're working with the writers, you're working with the director, and you get some input on how the creative process actually happens. And to be part of something new is something that I think many actors dream about being part of.
Well, everybody loved it. I mean, it was just fantastic show-stopping numbers. I mean, you've got what's the actress who plays
Bricktop? Lynette.
Oh, fantastic. She's
Lynette
amazing.
is fantastic.
And we got a local talent and a young lady who plays young Josephine. Tori, who's amazing.
Tori is fantastic.
Have you all adopted her? She must be all of what, 12 maybe?
She's all of 11 years old, and every bit of her just shines every night. She has these 2 great, amazing numbers. She taps. You know, she sings, she's out there solo, just wowing the crowd every night. Even before she finishes her final note, the audience is applauding, and she just really tears it up every night.
It is fantastic, and the show is fantastic. I urge you to see it, but I also briefly wanted to discuss something that's kind of unusual, and that's your web series that you're doing. That's kind of unusual. Tell us briefly about that. We don't have a lot of time.
My wife and I, we started a web series. She actually wrote it, and she wrote 1 episode, and I said, we have to film this. So she wrote 8 episodes. So there are 10 episodes, and it's called Then We Got Help, which you can go see at thenwegothelp.com or on YouTube. And there are 8 episodes in season 1 and 13 episodes in season 2, and it's a bunch of our amazing actor friends that we got together, and it's 4 couples who need therapy, but they can't afford it, so they just get together and try to help each other out. And
very creative and a lot of fun.
And it's a lot of fun, and my wife did an amazing job writing it and directing it, and it really is. It's really a comedy that went right along. It came right out when Modern Family was coming out, so there's a lot of similarities to that. And
it's very cool. Check it out if you get a chance.
In Tallahassee. It's to the Hamilton Building on North Tamiami Trail. The renovation work is expected to take about 3 months, and then after that, Sarasota County staff will start moving books, magazines, computers, and other materials into this building. Once completed, it will also have a children's and teen area, as well as an adjacent bike and walking trail.
But I think we can reassure folks that when they come here, they're going to find the services and activities that they've looked for, and they'll appreciate it.
In the meantime, the county is still in the planning process for a permanent library location. The county will hold 2 community workshops tomorrow on library services at Venice High School. Faces up to 30 years in prison for the death of 6-year-old James Dearman. Sarasota County Sheriff's investigators say the father, who has the same name, James Dearman, pinned his son down on the couch while he played video games. Cole was in the home in Inglewood at the time. Dearman is charged with aggravated manslaughter of a child. He is scheduled to be tried in October.